we see agents do is they leave so much opportunity on the table. Whether you're a Medicare Advantage agent, not doing final expense, whether you're a final expense agent, not doing Medicare Advantage or Medicare Supplement, or whether you do all that. But one of the biggest things that we've seen, especially these last 2 years, that agents have been doing is they are leaving a lot of money on the table by not adding a GTL policy. And in this short little video, we've done several training videos over the past on how to sell GTL. We've done it with clients. So we wanted to put this quick little video together to really make it simple. So when you do go out to your clients, you can present a GTL and really show them where the opportunity is. So a few things that we want to talk about, the basics on a GTL policy. The first thing to know is all clients on an MAPD plan will have an out-of-pocket expense for the hospital that will be responsible for, unless they are on Medicare Advantage. They are dual Medicare and Medicaid, or some random reason they're on a Medicare Advantage plan that has a zero copay to the hospital, or an MA only plan that has a zero copay to the hospital. So going into the presentation, you know without a doubt that when you look at their summary of benefits in the hospital copay, in the hospital section, it shows a copay on X amount of money per day up to X amount of days. And then after that, the hospital covers 100%. Usually, depending on the plan, they will have to pay a daily benefit. And we just took a variety of plans. We represent all the Medicare plans in the area. So we just took a little bit of each one and kind of did the average. So usually, depending on the plan, they will have to pay a $300 daily benefit. So that's what they're responsible for days 1 through 7. According to the national average, an average hospital stay is 3 days, is what, I don't know really who come up with that, but it is what it is. Which, if they stay a full 7 days, the most of their total out-of-pocket expense will be $2,100. And usually, if you're going through a presentation and you're going through, I'm at the doctor's copay, it's a 0. If you're at a specialist copay, it's $35. And then when you hit the hospital side, and if you get admitted to the hospital today, Ms. Jones, you're going to be paying $300 a day for the first 7 days. And they're like, oh my gosh, $300 a day, that's crazy. Especially if you've got clients who are coming off a Medicare supplement. I cannot tell you how many times in my career I'm sitting there and I've got a client who's been paying $300 a month or $200 a month for a Medicare supplement plan F, when all they do is pay that monthly premium and that's it. And then when I introduce a Medicare Advantage to them, I show them, you don't pay anything a month for it. When you go to the primary doctor, just small copays, blah, blah, blah. And then when I hit the hospital, their eyes just jump up. They're like, oh my gosh, you mean tell me I'm going to have to pay $2,100 out of pocket? So when we get to that point, the best way, again, to sell it is once you go through the benefits, you get to the hospital stay, and then when they show that concern, then you're going to tell them, you know what, Ms. Jones, hang tight. I got something that's going to cover that for you at the very end. And then, like we said, some MAPD plans, not all, but most MAPD plans that we are selling this day and time has a 0 premium on it. So when we go through the whole presentation, A to Z, you get to the very end, you explain the plan, then you go back and you hit on your GTL plan and say, Ms. Jones, as we were talking in the beginning of the presentation, I told you that I had something that could help you with that hospital copay. And that plan is called Guaranteed Trust Life. It's a plan that goes along with your Medicare Advantage plan, and it pays you a per day benefit for every day you're in the hospital. So, for example, if you're planning that they're doing $300 a day for X amount of days, cover the daily benefits, they're going to be paying somewhere between $30 to $40 a month for that benefit on top of their Medicare Advantage plan. And like I said, most Medicare Advantage plans around our area, which we're in South Carolina, we do a lot of business in Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, soon to be Virginia, and a lot of plans are available with a 0 premium. Well, within the last 2 years, several years ago, we had plans that have given a Part B give back. But within the last 2 years, especially here in the upstate of South Carolina, we've had several plans that have given anywhere between $30 to $60 back on their Part B premium. So now when you go into a presentation, you are able to go in there and say, Ms. Jones, you are getting $30 to $40 or $50, whatever the number is, back every single month in your Social Security check. Now is the best time to add that benefit to your plan so that if you do get admitted to the hospital, you will no longer be responsible for the $2,100 out of pocket. one of the biggest things that I see happen in the insurance industry is simple. The agents don't ask the question. If you don't ask, you shall not receive. Simple as that. And when we're in the client's house, we go through the presentation. The number one thing the agents do is they get in there. All they want to do is fill the application out, sign, seal, and deliver, get out the door. Because here's the deal. If you don't offer it to them, then somebody else is going to come in right behind you and offer it to them. And then all of a sudden, here's the good thing about adding a GTL to a Medicare Advantage. A lot of people don't think about this, but here at South Atlantic, we do. I cannot tell you how many times in my last 14 years or however many years, 13 years, however many years I've been in the insurance business, and I'm sure a lot of y'all watching this have been in business longer than I have, and that's great. But I cannot tell you how many times that I have got referrals from my clients that I've written on GTL because they are in there talking, and mentally they're like, well, I got a Medicare supplement too because I don't pay anything for the hospital. How much is your Medicare supplement? Well, mine's only $40 a month. Well, mine's $200 a month. Well, my agent, Jason, he put me on this plan, and I had to pay $10 to the primary doctor, but if I get admitted to the hospital, I don't have to pay nothing. And now you got a client that picks up the phone and call you and say, hey, my name's such and such, I was referred by such and such, and want to know more information about this plan. So to kind of recap out, again, you cannot make a sale if you don't introduce the product. When you go into a client's house, we have a ton of needs assessment forms here at South Atlantic, and basically we can help you work your way through each presentation, each product, whatever it may be. So if you are in a client's house, you will not just be straight up dumbfounded and be like, don't know what to talk about. And we tell people, when you go into a client's house, you want to be that one-stop shop. You want to be able to offer anything from A to Z on products. If you're currently a Medicare Advantage agent and you've never done final expense, hey, I'm telling you, you're leaving money on the table. If you're a final expense agent and you're looking to get into the Medicare Advantage world, but we hear this all the time. Jason, I'm worried about losing my license. I'm scared to death. I've been in the insurance business for X amount of years, and do you realize that if I lost my license today, I would do whatever because of the rules and regulations? Well, here's the deal. If you don't abide by the rules on anything in life, then you're not going to make it very far. So one thing at South Atlantic we do is we teach you A to Z on how to be compliant across the board on all Medicare Advantage appointments, whether you're doing telephonic enrollments, whether you're working at a CVS, a Walmart, or whether you're out there running leads and doing door-to-door. Well, let me back up. If you're out there going out in the field and working and calling on people at their home. So another thing, most importantly, is great GTL is a great benefit to clients as well as you. You're going to make extra money, especially during the AEP. You get paid every single week on GTL. So most Medicare Advantages, if you write it in October for a 1/1 effective date, you're not going to get paid till January. GTL pays you every single weekly, daily, whatever you're set up on. But most importantly, the reason we want to put together this quick little video and training thing for you, because we have had so many agents, as we sit down and talk to, they finally started writing GTL this past year. And we had a few other people say, well, I've been thinking about it, but I really don't know how to go about it. And we've created several videos or training PowerPoint presentations over the years on how to sell GTL, how to introduce it into the product when you're sitting there going through with your client. And I tell you, this video is as simple as it can be. Everybody, not everybody, most people, let me correct that, because I know I have some people can send a little feedback. Well, not everybody has copays to the hospital. Their copay to the hospital, whether it's $200, $300, $1,200, whatever it may be, they are responsible for something. If they don't, unless they got Medicaid or whatever it may be, put them in a product for anywhere between $30 to $40 a month, get the hospital indemnity, and take care of one of their biggest out-of-pocket expenses. So I hope this video helps you a little bit. Whenever you get a chance, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, follow us, and share us, and we're here at South Atlantic to help you. Look forward to talking to you next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. For more content, hit subscribe on our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.